Even in the snow, New Orleans was alive. And anyone who'd ever been there could tell you that the beating heart of that city was not in its history, its industry, its streetcars, or even its churches, majestic as they were. It was its music and the people who played it. So not long after arriving, I made it my business to get to know some of them. There was Tully. Now she was one of the richest women in town, but she spent every free minute she had carving up a tune. Fred Johnson played the trumpet, same as Matthew Rawls. And there was Jacob Trout on harmonica. One of the most talented was a woman named Shuy Lynn. Now she and I didn't understand a word of each other, but I'd stand and listen to her play that violin for hours. I thought I was her biggest fan. But someone else wanted her dead. And when they put her in their sights, they put themselves in mine.
People are scared, Harlan. Shuy Lynn was an angel, no enemy. Who'd want to kill a sweet girl like her?
Tell me about the bullet.
Came from a Carcano 9-1 bolt action. Now, these things are brand new, you hear? Expensive.
Well, if it wasn't an enemy, then maybe he was a friend.
My chief will kill me for telling you this, Harlan, but Shuy Lynn ain't the first victim.
No?
Last winter, there was a storm just like this one, and Walter Tully, he played the trumpet something fierce. He was playing in the square right up here when he took one in the head from a Mauser 89, which, at the time,
was the most expensive rifle.
Bingo! We got nothing so far. Chief's ready to give up.
You want Ansari's phone? No. Get me access to the crime scene. I'll see what I can find.
What is it exactly you want, Mr. Greenborough?
Miss Tully, someone wanted Shuy Lynn dead, and they spent a lot of money to make it happen.
So, naturally, that's brought you to me.
Well, you got the means, and with her out of the way, that makes you something of the best in town now, doesn't it? First chair, so to speak.
Well, I suppose it does. Bittersweet is what it is, though. There's no joy in being better than a dead woman, you hear?
Yeah. You know of any reason someone would want her dead?
No. Whoever killed her was a monster, Harlan. I'm praying for her soul.
Well, thank you for your time, Miss Tully. Well, it ain't the sweet sounds of Matthew Rawls. I wanted to ask you about Shuy Lynn, if that was okay.
You looking into the murder? You ain't even police, Harlan.
Well, sometimes the trail goes cold and the police ask me to pick it up.
Look, Harlan, leave me out of this.
I just want to know who killed her. Don't you?
It was the same guy who killed Walter Tully. And I ain't gonna be next, you hear me?
Reed Jackson. Been a while.
You ain't got no reason to visit, Harlan.
I got one now.
Shuy Lynn. What do you know about her?
I know she was killed with a 91 Carcano.
Nah. What do you know about her?
She was the best in town.
Wasn't just the best in town. She was the best anywhere she went. And not just that. She had the best violin money could buy.
Shuy Lynn? She lived in a row house 2 streets over.
That's right. But it's the truth. It was a Stradivarius, 1722.
Holy shit. That's one of the most expensive violins on the goddamn planet.
Her mother, long past, fled China in 1860 with everything she could carry.
Opium wars. And with a violin worth as much as this city. Shuy Lynn, she was King Dynasty.
Your guess is as good as mine. Whoever did this, Harlan, they're powerful. Word of advice, back off.
Yeah, thank you. Reed, Malcolm. Fontenot told me there was no violin found at the scene. Either one of the officers took it, or... could have been anyone, really. And it wouldn't be long before they tried to move it. I knew one man in town who might just try and get his hands in on the action. Sticky Joe Crumby.
Harlan Greenborough. Now what can I do for you?
Looking for a violin. Stradivarius, 18th century. Recently separated from its rightful owner.
Shuy Lynn.
I only want to know who killed her.
Can't tell you what I don't know, Harlan. God's honest. But listen here. You ain't the first person to come asking about this piece. That poor girl. She was still warm when the buzzers started circling.
Other buyers. Like who?
Oh, men of industry, that's who. Finance. Even some politicians. Of course, you know, none of them came by themselves. They send their representatives. One in particular, Felix Wells. He was real aggressive in his pursuits.
Felix Wells. He owns the saloon on the main strip. Was he repping himself, or?
He owns more than the saloon, Harlan. Felix Wells control half the muscle in New Orleans.
I'll pay him a visit. Thanks, Joe.
You're welcome, Harlan.
Didn't expect to see you again so soon. Bonjour.
What'll it be, partner?
I want to speak with Mr. Wells.
Well, he wants you to fuck off.
Are you him?
No, but...
Nice try.
Oh, I'm ready to beat on your skull. Hey, jackass, you're going to hell today. That's nothing.
Who the fuck is fighting in my house? Oh, this ought to be fun.
You wanted this? Come on then.
You were wasting my time.
Come on, mister. Don't hurt me.
Give me a reason not to.
I know all about Mr. Wells. His partners, his meetings, everything.
Where's the violin?
He never got it, yet. Mr. Wells was supposed to buy it tonight. He was gonna meet the seller at the Cornwall Freight Depot, right outside of town. I'll send word on ahead. They'll let you in.
Don't make me come back here.
Not worth any of my attention. Go on.
How do you do?
He said you'd be coming, but I didn't know you'd be alone. Come on, let's open it up. I don't know his name, but he got here a while ago, and he's expecting Mr. Wells, not you. As far as finding him, that's up to you, you hear?
What's that up ahead?
That's a factory. They process oil for the trains there. The machines are on, but we sent everyone home. So it'll be you and the shooter. The rest is freight storage.
What about you two?
All this, Mr. Greenborough? Our boss would kill us if he found out what we're up to. We'll watch the front and stop him from escaping. But that's it. We're done. Rest is up to you.
Thank you.
All right, let's get started, Harlan. Good hunting.
I see you back there. Why don't you make this easy and surrender?
Surrender for what?
The murders of Shuy Lynn and Walter Tully. Felix Wells gave you up. It's over.
It ain't over. You're the one who's cornered.
You sure about that?
I killed more men than you could ever count.
Yeah, from a nice little hiding spot without anyone ever seeing. When I kill a man, he sees me coming.
You're a rat in a cage, Mr. Greenborough. Yeah, I know your name. You think you're some kind of detective, but you can't even shoot.
Well, then you know this ain't the toughest spot I ever got out of alive. Because you know what?
What?
There was always another way.
You missed!
Did I? Now, the thing is, I heard you fire in that office, but I didn't hear you reload. Think you can get one in the chamber before I put one in your head?
You're bluffing.
I plan on bringing you in alive, but I promise, you make me, and I'll paint that room red. It's that or a cell. Choice is yours. Now give me a name. Who paid you to kill Shuy Lynn? Now that's a pretty little tune you're playing, Miss Tully.
Thank you very much, Mr. Greenborough. Did you ever find Shuy Lynn's killer?
As a matter of fact, I did.
I hope you put him down. Mean son of a bitch like that deserves no mercy.
Brought him in alive, actually. That's why I'm here. I'm surprised to see you playing that cheap little thing knowing you got a Stradivarius on the way. Or at least you were supposed to.
So you know.
Shooter gave you up, Mrs. Tully.
So what happens now?
Well, I'm gonna bring you on down to the station. They'll keep you there until you face trial for conspiracy to murder.
I don't suppose you'll let me finish my song?
Like you let Shuy Lynn finish hers.
I knew you wouldn't let me down, Harlan. Justice is served.
Thank you.